All right, guys. Thanks for joining me again. I am back with you all. Sorry for that technical issue that I had, which forced me to actually go fix things. But hopefully, hopefully we don't get to experience that here again till the end of the game, or the games, I should say. We've got 7 of those currently going on as we speak, and I'm going to run you through. I'm going to run you through. I'm going to run you through the halftime results. And then in a moment, it's been a great afternoon of interesting football today in Europe in the Champions League. And let's go through the first half results for you. Then Paris Saint-Germain are running riot out there in Germany against Bayer Leverkusen, a 4-1 at halftime. Despite also going down to 10 men, so both teams reduced to 10 men. Andrich was sent off for Bayer Leverkusen. Ilian Zabanyi was also sent off for Paris Saint-Germain. But goals from William Pacho, Desire Due, goodness me, he's back. Shifa Varaskelia, and of course Desire Due once more. How they have missed those players. Ousmane Dembele also back on the bench today. So Paris Saint-Germain perhaps almost back to their full strength once more today. And also they've got Marquinhos, the captain, back on the bench today as well. So the manager will be one delighted manager. Borussia Dortmund won. FC Copenhagen won. Newcastle are 1-up against Benfica. And the second half in the games are on the way right now. And Newcastle United against the run of play, 1-up against Benfica. PSV Eindhoven lead Napoli 2-1. And Inter are 2-up against Union Saint-Gilloise. Villarreal down to 2 against Manchester City. Erling Haaland with the first goal there as City chase their first away win in the Champions League this season. All right, so we are back on the way in the second half here, guys. Also, no changes for either team. Benfica Newcastle at halftime. Benfica will feel hard done by given the amount of chances they had in the first half alone. Luka Bacchio with a couple of chances from the first half alone. Jose Mourinho will be disappointed that his side didn't go in front. Could have been 2-3 nil up in the first half alone. And he went straight into the dugout like a minute early. And we all know what that means when Jose does that. And for Arsenal, still goalless here, and it is as projected. Two defensive teams playing haram football. I predicted this. And sometimes you look at these two teams with top players all over the pitch and yet are struggling to create clear-cut chances. It is Man City trying to continue from where they left off in the first half. Erling Haaland is still locking. And Arsenal mounting the pressure now on Atletico Madrid. As they try to find the opening goal in this game. You know, sometimes you look at this sort of game, Arsenal against Atletico Madrid, and you wonder where the goals would come from. I said it before the game. This sort of game, you could play it for 3 days and you wouldn't even get a wow moment from either side. But it's good to know that the goals are pouring in elsewhere. Paris Saint-Germain 4-1 up against Bayer Leverkusen. And all their star players, good to know that they are back. Ousmane Dembele back on the bench. So too is Marquinhos. And Desiree Doué are back in the action today with a brace. So Luis Enrique will be happy to have his stars back. And PSV Eindhoven lead Italian champions Napoli 2-1 there. It is Scott McTominay who got the Antonio Conte side in front. Luka Bacchio unleashing one. He's been by far the best player on the pitch for Benfica. Just some wasted chances in the first half. And that is why we say a game of football is a game of fine margins. They're queuing up now. Newcastle, but it's been intercepted. Bruno Guimaraes still keeping it alive. Trippier, good pressure now. This from Newcastle United. And Paris Saint-Germain just got their fifth goal. Make it 5-1. Anthony Gordon. This is another good chance now for Voltemada. The deflection takes it wide for a corner kick. We really haven't seen much of the big 2-meter striker in the game. Voltemada has scored in each of the last 4 games for Newcastle. He almost made it a 5 in a row there. Oh, what a chance there. What a chance for a Newcastle second. Mourinho just trying to nudge his side to regain a little bit of composure now. Gordon are still going, looking for Voltemada to his left. Gordon still tries to go alone. And Bruno Guimaraes. Murphy! Whoo! What a save! What a save by Trubin. He got down really well to deflect that for a corner kick. And it is a 5-2 in the Paris Saint-Germain game. It is raining goal out there. And it is Tobin who keeps Newcastle at bay for now. So it is still as we were from the first half. Manchester City 2, VRL nil, and PSV Eindhoven have put a two-goal cushion between them and Napoli. It is a 3-1 there. Lukavakio are looking for support, and that is a wasted effort in the end. Don't forget, guys, earlier on it was Barcelona 6 1 against Olympiacos, with Fermin Lopez scoring his first ever senior hat-trick for Barcelona. In fact, the first hat-trick in the Champions League for any Spanish player ever. And that is even shocking. And Arsenal, finally, Arsenal are in front. Gabriel to the rescue. After just 56 minutes, here Arsenal a lead against Atletico Madrid. It is a 1-0 from the Emirates. And it is yet another set piece from Arsenal. Declan Rice delivering a pinch ball, an inviting ball to Gabriel to come and nick it on. Jan Oblak with absolutely no chance. And it is joy for Arsenal fan and despair for Diego Simeone on the touchline. But we all know they are capable of something spectacular. So don't rule them out just yet. Here is a chance for a quick response. And Giuliano is wasted perhaps Atletico's best opportunity of the game so far. Dedic are still going. It is surprising how this is still 1-0 in this game. And Inter Milan are also 3-0 up in their game. Inter are 3 now against Union Saint Gilloise. And also Borussia Dortmund are 2-1 up against FC Copenhagen. Ooh, that was a chance there for Savinho to make it 3-0 to Manchester City. PSG completely dominating this game. And Arsenal still pouring forward now, looking for a second goal. Martinelli, what a beautiful goal! What a beautiful goal from Gabriel Martinelli. So it is 2-0 to Arsenal there against Atletico Madrid. And that was a beautiful, beautiful run from Miles Lewis Skelly. And that was a pinch, a beautiful finisher from Martinelli as well. And so Arsenal lead 2-0 against the Spanish side. And now Diego Simeone will have to throw everything into this game to try and rescue some sort of pride and parity. Delirium for Mikel Arteta on the touchline. So the Gunners lead 2-0 against Atletico Madrid. And now Eze dispossessed. Martinelli. who is now pouring. And here is Ousmane Dembele. A lovely reception back from a long layoff due to injury. The world's best player is finally back after winning the Ballon d'Or ahead of Lamine Yamal. How the Paris Saint-Germain fans have missed him. And not just him. They are top the front three for Erling Haaland. And now it's Victor Gyökeres. Finally, Victor Gyökeres finally breaking his goal dog. Well, we knew Arsenal will give nothing away in the game in terms of conceding goals. But it is what they do going forward that has been the question mark. And today they have responded beautifully against Atletico Madrid. 3-0. And it is Dembele. What a way to announce your comeback to the Paris Saint-Germain fold. Ousmane Dembele is back. Assist to Paris Saint-Germain. It is a goal first. Out there in Germany, Bayer Leverkusen proving to be no equals for the reigning European champions. What a pass from Nuno Mendes that. And Bakola just set up, teed up Ousmane Dembele. That would do his confidence a huge world of good. Following a lengthy layoff. And Donnarumma are making a decent save. You would expect him to make that, of course. And it is now 4-0 to Arsenal. It is becoming a rout. Who would have believed it? This is a very un-Atletico Madrid-like. And it's a second goal for Newcastle as well. And it's Victor Gyökeres once more. Who finds himself at the right place, the right time. And the Atletico Madrid players now are crestfallen. And that was a really brilliant from Nick Pope to set up Harvey Barnes for that second Newcastle goal. And what a finish. And that is why we say football is a really very cruel. How have Benfica found themselves 2-0 down? So it is raining goals everywhere right now. Newcastle United 2, Benfica 0, Dortmund 2, FC Copenhagen 1, and Paris Saint-Germain lead a 6-2 against Bayer Leverkusen. Arsenal 4, Atletico Madrid 0. Now, Christian Mosquera is going to get some minutes. Eberechi Eze is also going off for Arsenal. Another good day in the office for him. And he's been replaced by Nathan Isan Nwaneri. And so Manchester City seem unable to add to their first half tally. Still 2-0 there. And Inter also have 4 against Union San Giluas. And Napoli are still down a 3-1 against PSV Eindhoven. And here, Newcastle still hungry for more goals here. And the Emirates is bouncing. Why not? It's a 4-goal showing here against a very tough opponent in Atletico Madrid. Trippier and Newcastle still looking for more goals here as Man City try to hold on to their lead for their first away goal of the season. Now Newcastle, Benfica have about 12 or so minutes to try and salvage something out of this game. Ooh, nicely done by Anthony Gordon. And Borussia Dortmund now at 3-1 up against FC Copenhagen. Inter 4-0 against Union Saint Gilloise. Nicely done. Fabulous football from Guimaraes. Just couldn't find a run of Anthony Gordon that time. Erling Haaland on the ball. In for a second one. Haaland! Whoo! Tipped to the side for a corner kick. The big striker looking for his fifth Champions League goal of the season. And with the results now, we have Paris Saint-Germain who have now played a 3-1-3, 9 points. Same for Inter Milan and Arsenal. All of them on 9 points and 9 goal difference. It is funny. Arsenal still to concede a goal in the Champions League this season. They have scored 8 now and haven't conceded any. That is remarkable. And same for Inter Milan. 9 goals scored, none conceded. And Paris Saint-Germain have scored 12, conceding 3 goals. Borussia Dortmund and Manchester City are in 7th place. And Barnes just made it a 3-0 to Newcastle United. But of course, Real Madrid, Bayern Munich will all have a chance to lay claim to top spots tomorrow as well. So PSG, Inter Milan, and Arsenal remain perfect so far in the Champions League, with Madrid and Bayern still to play tomorrow. Whew, what a save there by David Raya from Conor Gallagher. Superb save by the Arsenal goalkeeper. And both Gordon and Votamada coming off for Newcastle United. It's really, really a good win this for Newcastle. Who have now won 2 out of a 3, losing just 1 in the Champions League against Barcelona. Well, the aim, of course, will be to finish in the top 8 to automatically qualify for the knockout round, while the other 16 or so teams will have to go into a playoff to get into the round of 16. That usually is a tasty affair. So PSV Eindhoven 4, Napoli 2, Inter 4, Union Saint-Gilloise 0, Manchester City 2, Villarreal a nil. So it's been a huge a win for Newcastle United, and Jose Mourinho will be very gutted about his team's performance, especially in the second half. Completely dominated the game in the first. It could have been a 2-3 nil up, even hitting the post on one or two occasions. But now they are down 3 nil, and a PSV are further gone for, ahead 5-2 there against against a Napoli. It's becoming a rout. Joelinton with Newcastle looking for a fourth. Barnes now on a hat trick, looking for a penalty. He felt he was hauled down there, but nothing doing there for the referee. Elanga gets a corner kick for Newcastle. All right, we are approaching the final moment of these games. Borussia Dortmund now 4-1 up against FC Copenhagen. So it's been a great afternoon of enjoyable football. A goal fest all around. It started with Barcelona's 6-1 win over Olympiacos. Fermin Lopez with his first senior hat-trick for Barcelona. Kairat Amati, the only goalless affair in all the games, 9 matches that we've seen so far. Kairat against Apafo FC ended goalless. And about 7 games currently going on concurrently. Arsenal 4-0 up against Atletico Madrid. Victor Gyökeres finally breaking his goal drought with a brace. Bayer Leverkusen are down 6-2 against champions Paris Saint-Germain. Desiree Doué with a brace, and Ousmane Dembele, the best player in the world, back from injury, also amongst the goals. Borussia Dortmund 4-1 up against FC Copenhagen, and Newcastle United 3, Benfica 0. PSV Eindhoven are now 6-2 up against Napoli. It is a complete rout there. Inter 4, Union Saint-Gilloise 0, and Manchester City 2, Villarreal 0. And don't forget, there will be plenty more matches are still to come tomorrow then. Early kickoff, Athletic Club against Karabakh FK. Galatasaray, Victor Osimhen and co. in action against Bodo Glimt at home. They will be hoping to build on that huge win over Liverpool in match day 2. And then later on, we have more matches AS Monaco hosts Tottenham Hotspur. Atalanta against Slavia Prague. Bayern Munich, Hurricane on 4 goals will take on a Club Brugge in Munich, and Chelsea take on Ajax at Stamford Bridge. Eintracht Frankfurt will host embattled Liverpool in match day 3. Real Madrid against Juventus will be the star game of the day, with a Sporting wrapping up things against Olympique Marseille. And look at that. What about that for a scoreline? Paris Saint-Germain 7, Bayer Leverkusen 2. Vitinha putting the icing on the cake. What a lovely finish from Vitinha. And it is all over then. Out there, Atletico Madrid 0, Arsenal 4, Dortmund 4, FC Copenhagen 2, Newcastle United 3, Benfica 0, Inter 4, Union Saint-Gilloise 0, and Manchester City 2, Villarreal 0. And it is now 6 points from 3 games in the Champions League for Newcastle. And Eddie Howe, it's been a really brilliant start for them. So it's been a thoroughly enjoyable afternoon in the Champions League. 3 goals for Newcastle. Anthony Gordon and Harvey Barnes with a brace. And a PSV currently running a riot against Italian champions Napoli. It is 6-2 there. We are into the first minute of additional time. And Paris Saint-Germain 7-2 up against Bayer Leverkusen. That one is also into the 3rd minute of added time. So really good win for Pep Guardiola and Manchester City as they picked up their first away win in the Champions League. And a clean sheet to celebrate for Gianluigi Donnarumma. That man scoring again, Erling Haaland. Now on 4 goals as well. A level on number of goals with Harry Kane and Marcus Rashford. Only Kylian Mbappe has now scored more goals than those 3 players. And then it is all over. Also in Germany, Paris Saint-Germain 7, Bayer Leverkusen 2, PSV Eindhoven 6, Napoli 2. Whoa. It's been an afternoon or a night of goal fest, depending on wherever you're watching from. Loads of goals. Barca 6, Olympiacos 1, Arsenal 4, Atletico 0, Paris Saint-Germain 7, Bayer Leverkusen 2, FC Copenhagen 2, Borussia Dortmund 4, Newcastle 3, Benfica 0, and PSV 6, Napoli 2. Inter Milan 4, Union Saint-Gilloise 0, Villarreal 0, and Manchester City 2. So it's been goal fest, a thoroughly enjoyable afternoon of great football all across Europe in the Champions League. Don't forget, there will be plenty more action to come for you tomorrow, and we will be here once more to take you through all the grounds as we bring you live updates from various grounds in the Champions League. More teams in action tomorrow then. It will all start with that early kickoff. Galatasaray against Bodo Glimt, and it's going to be Starman, Victor Osimhen and co in action. They've won one and lost one in the Champions League, beating Liverpool in match day 2. Athletic Club against Karabakh FK is the second early kickoff tomorrow. And then we have the Galacticos in action. Real Madrid against Juventus. That is the star game for tomorrow then, as Kylian Mbappe will hope to stretch his goal scoring form. He's the leading scorer in the competition now with 5. Sporting CP hosts Olympique Marseille and Liverpool. They have lost 4 in a row now under manager Ancelotti this season. They are away at Eintracht Frankfurt in Germany. And world champions Chelsea against Ajax at Stamford Bridge. Bayern Munich with a free scoring Harry Kane against Club Brugge. Atalanta against Slavia Prague. And AS Monaco will take on a Tottenham Hotspur. Well, those are the lineup of action for you then tomorrow. I will be here to take you live to all those fixtures to bring you live update. So as it stands now, the table, Paris Saint-Germain, the reigning champions, are 9 points clear at the top, and with 10 goal difference, same point as Inter Milan and Arsenal. Arsenal on 8 goal difference and Inter Milan on 9. Borussia Dortmund have 7 points and are 4th. Manchester City are 5th on 7 points as well. Bayern, Newcastle, Real Madrid, Barcelona complete the top 10 in that order. But Madrid and Bayern will all be in action tomorrow. And they will be hoping to maintain their perfect start to the Champions League this season, just like PSG, Inter, and Arsenal. Whew! Guys, I catch your breath then. It's a bit of fabulous afternoon or evening of a thoroughly enjoyable football all across Europe in the Champions League. A lot of talking points, and it was glad doing this with you guys, bringing you all those updates from various grounds, from Germany to Spain to England, and we will do this once more tomorrow to give you all the minute by minute update from all across the ground. Thank you for being a part of this one, guys. I really appreciate you all joining me. Franco .1610. I see you. Bayer 246492, and it happened, my guy. From Pedia 84. I see you as well, my great thespian. Thank you all for joining me on this one. I thank you for those who joined me on my Instagram, for those who join on Facebook, those who join on YouTube, and of course on my TikTok page. I really appreciate you all. I really can't mention a lot of you all, a lot of the names, but I really appreciate you joining me for today. Amadou, Nia, Moises, Europe, Sergio, Lesium, Mondesi, Horace Mount, Wilson Nisai 5, and Abe Juarez, TC Jones. I really appreciate you all. Luis Edson Jr., Lucas Gopin, Mauricio, Brian, Isaiah, David, Real Estate, Fabian, Wahab, Nelson, Marco, Carlos, William, Jado. I appreciate you all, and I'll see you again, God willing, tomorrow. Let's do this together. I remain your boy, Mayor Cash, and it is the Champions League Go Rush on Touchline Frenzy. Catch you all tomorrow. Ciao. It is the final whistle from me here